I like that you guys are using one mic like Bob Dylan and Joan Baez at the Newport Folk Festival.
Yeah, we're
Yep. And that, exactly. Thanks. That's Bob Dylan. He's the first introduced guest, obviously, of the day. Well, let's get into it. I mean, we're starting completely on time, so let's stay ahead of it. It's certainly not an hour after we thought we'd be starting on a Wednesday night.
All but one of us were on time.
Yeah. Well, I was tallying up the scores. There's a lot of them. So without further ado, it's the 4th Annual Ladies Award.
Oh, it looks like a last-minute vote's coming in right now.
There actually was. There actually, and he knows who he is.
Yeah.
He's in a different time over there. It's not his fault.
That's true. When I said you have 1 hour, he probably in his brain processed it as 2 hours. And it would have been on time. In that case.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
That's true.
Including the hours.
Yeah.
That's true.
So thanks, Joe Rogan, for your vote. He moved to Texas dramatically, right? Because of taxes in California or
Sounds
something.
about right. Sounds like something he'd do.
Yeah. I was trying to think this is the dumbest person I know that lives in Texas.
All my exes.
Yeah. So Lindsay and Marshall are lucky I thought of Joe Rogan.
Ooh, if you had to pick one of the two.
I know. I guess I'm lucky that I thought of Joe. Anyway, it's the 4th Annual Ladies Awards. Welcome. This is the one episode a year where we get together and pick our winners as the Oscars, because of COVID, have slowly moved up in time every year to maybe getting back to February like they used to be. This has variably been before or after the Oscars. This will be the most after it's been, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. I'm fine with it. So this year, we are already knowing who won each Oscar, going to pick our own winners. Sometimes they'll be the same, sometimes they won't. But the rules, as always, what we pick has to be something that was nominated for an Oscar. Not necessarily the same category, just something that got some awards recognition. If there's other movies that we loved this year, there'll probably be times to talk about those too. But we're focusing just on things that were nominated for Oscars. So without further ado, guests this year, left to right across your podcast dial, we got Ray.
Hi.
We got Greg.
Hey.
We got Jordan.
Hello.
We got Robbie.
Yo.
This is the same group that did it last year. I think the year before that, Robbie couldn't make it. Year before that, Jordan wasn't there.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm always here. Dependable.
It is.
Not very busy.
I think it's always been in your house, but I don't know if it was always this house. Probably not, right?
Well, we've only had this house for 2 years.
I know, but I'm thinking back. I can't remember ever doing this episode in that house, but we must have.
You know what? We did do it in here. It was vacant at the time.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
It wasn't ours. We just broke in.
And then the year before, it was just a piece of grass.
Yeah. It's just, wait, it's the 4th one we've done. I just don't remember not doing it here, you know? Anyway. Spoiler, I don't have a slide whistle this year.
Aww.
I haven't for a couple years. I keep losing them. And if I had a slide whistle, that would have been the perfect time to play a sad sound. Anyway, the music plays, and we're going to start with Best Animated Feature because I think we're going to get it out of the way pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to do like an all around, like, oh, what does everyone think about the movie here? But I feel like we're going to have some time to make our thoughts known on that, you know? But
Yeah, I have a lot of movies I want to talk about.
yeah. So let's
None
just
of them are animated.
I know. So maybe that's an interesting place to start for an interesting movie year. I didn't see any of the animated feature nominees this year. And I think it's the first time we've done that's true.
We were counting on you, Ben.
I know. So both The Boy and the Heron come to the stage. I think that's who won last year. And they look around and the envelope's empty, for me at least. But I don't know. What do y'all see?
I'd like to vote for the show Invincible.
Okay. It's in pole position.
I don't think it got nominated for anything.
Best makeup.
Yes. I think the only thing that actually got nominated this year that I saw was Inside Out 2, and it was okay.
Damn it.
Why was there no good animated movies this year? Were any of these? Did anyone see these? Was Flow or the Wild Robot good? I feel like people liked those, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, people like those.
I guess Disney's just only doing live actions now, so
Terrible. Another terrible trend in cinema.
Yeah, there's a real missing middle ground for family movies, which typically includes animated. Even though obviously animated movies don't have to just be for kids, there's a lot fewer of those movies being made right now for whatever reason. There's like a Looney Tunes movie coming out this week that has zero advertising.
Besides Inside Out 2, I think the only other animated movie I saw like that was released last year was Sonic 3.
oh Jesus.
It was fine actually.
How many Oscars was that nominated?
Yeah.
So many.
Does that count as animated? Is it like 90% not animated?
I guess you're right. That isn't really animated, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Unless
it was
James Marsden isn't real.
I guess I'm not sure that I think I was just conflating because it was a children's movie.
Yeah.
But I
Jim
thought
Carrey's
of it
for like
pretty
family
animated.
movies,
Yeah.
there's not a lot.
Yeah, I thought of it because I remember when I went to see it in theaters, legit, almost all of the previews was just live action remakes
Yeah.
that they gave previews for.
Did Pixar do something this year? Was that Inside
Inside
Out
Out 2, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it only made $1 billion.
Yeah. It did make a lot of money.
Moana 2 came out last year too, though, didn't it?
It did.
Was it not nominated for anything? I don't remember seeing anything. for it.
Yeah, it was not well loved. It wasn't as embraced as the first film.
It wasn't as good. I don't know what. There's just like no original content coming out of Pixar and Disney.
That's
lately.
what I
That
was
is
like.
true.
Didn't Pixar normally do like one new thing a year? I feel like you pretty dependably could count on Pixar having something.
Yeah, and Inside Out 2 was pretty good. I mean, the first one was probably better, but
That's the thing. I liked Inside Out too. I liked the first one more. Like that was the fun part, was the idea. So
Yeah, Pixar only usually does one a year because those things take fucking forever. But they were doing all originals for a long time, and they've kind of started doing more sequels lately.
Gotcha. The only thing I've seen about Inside Out 2 was a meme, and they had a picture of sadness, and they were like, why doesn't everybody just beat the shit out of this one? And somebody comment on it was, that's kind of the plot of the movie. So I don't know if that's accurate or not, but
The first one, guy. The first one is like, why can't we just get rid of you? Like, you kind of suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should probably watch it. I bet you I'd like it.
Probably would. That's
Probably.
the whole plot of the first one is why do we need you? Like you stink. We really
Do they
should-
pick like another emotion in the second one? They're like, this one's the bad
yeah,
guy.
Yes.
they do.
Okay.
You actually should watch it.
Anxiety
it's
is
great.
the
anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
They're, like,
she's a
pretty
teenager and
smart
she's dealing with
movies.
anxiety and stuff. So
Gotcha. Yeah, good luck getting rid of that.
Right.
yeah,
that's the plot of the
Yeah.
movie.
Inside Out 3
Yeah.
is like she gets
They know.
drugs.
Anxiety is kind of like anxiety is like I can be in charge. We don't need the other emotions. I'm plenty.
Oh, Jesus. That sounds right.
So I'll say before we, I guess, cast our votes, the ladies voters in third place tied the Wallace and Gromit film, and Wild Robot were tied in third. Then they had Flow and Inside Out 2 narrowly edged out Flow in the ladies voting. I didn't count Joe Rogan's vote, though. Let me see if that swayed anything.
Did we get anyone here from Pixar Studios to accept their lady?
is it anxiety accepting
Well,
the lady?
We typically have just considered the ladies voting as another vote amongst our votes. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right.
That's true. We don't know yet.
So I said Boy and the Heron. That's what won the ladies voting last year, but I don't remember if this group picked that or Spider-Verse.
Oh, Spider-Verse probably.
I thought that was going to happen, but then we picked Boy and the Heron.
I think we picked Boy and
Oh,
Heron.
right, because you bastards.
I know. It was
Exactly.
so good.
I didn't even see it.
Right. I guess I just have to do this every time. Just check what
I
Joe
guess
Rogan.
I'm gonna have to cast my vote for Inside Out too because it was good, but I didn't feel like it was best animated feature worthy.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I mean, I heard that Flow was really good. I just didn't see it, so I can't really vote for it.
I'm going to have to vote with my heart, Wallace and Gromit for sure. No, I mean, I'd vote for Inside Out too. It sounds like fun.
I
kind of have to vote for Inside Out 2. I didn't see Flow, but it looks so good.
So I'd say with the last minute vote, Flo does actually edge out Inside Out 2 among the ladies voters.
Flo can have it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
I kind of wanted to have it.
It's weird if you looked at like the predictions, it was pretty much Wild Robot seemed to be in pole position and then Flo, and people liked both of them. But I know that a lot of us saw Wild Robot either. So there you go.
I do remember seeing the clip when it was on the regular Oscars,
Yeah.
so I can vote off of that, I guess.
Maybe I'll watch it if it was supposed to be good. They better start releasing some good animated movies because I have to watch a lot of them
Yeah,
for the next like at least 8 years of my life, I think.
that's conservative, I think. Yeah. Well,
Is something happening to Ray in 8 years?
speaking of like,
Her heart can't make it that long. It beats at like 180 beats a minute.
Yeah, so let's not let anxiety take this one. We'll have the cat from Flo come and get it.
yeah, that's fair. All right, cat from Flo, who's named Cat, I think.
Nice.
Flo?
No,
Cat.
Cat.
I feel like it's a pretty accurate cat name. I think there's a bunch of people that have had a cat's named Cat.
Yeah. So, Cat from Flo accepts the award and scampers off away from large waves. That happens in that film. There's waves. All right. If you remember, we've established some interstitial awards in between, like non-official ones that just we in the room decide on that aren't voted on.
We forgot to do weirdest scene. It definitely would go to the substance. I don't know which scene, but one of them.
In the last few years, it's been getting so weird that it's not as funny of a category anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I think worst person in the world was the final winner at the party of weirdest scene. Yeah. Well, that was a good one to end on forever.
Yeah, I'm good with that being gone forever.
So the same categories as we did last year. Next up was Young Performer Award. And I feel like we went back and forth on what to call that. But I have written down Young Performer Award.
We know an expert on this kind of stuff.
I'm cutting that part out.
And he gives them awards.
And in other news, Robbie embarrassingly caught on hot mic.
I could have been talking about anybody.
I think last year we talked about a number of different child actors that were in there. I don't know what. I guess we didn't want to say like child actor award. I don't remember why we framed it as young performer.
Well, see, when you say young performer, my first thought was like, oh, Ariana Grande, but I don't even know how old she is.
She's like 30.
Jesus.
We didn't want to call it child because the guy wasn't a child. The person we talked about a lot was Sammy from the Fablemans.
Not last year. I think from like 2 years ago now.
Was last year the year with
I
the
think
kid with the red? Why don't I know this? The dog movie with the French movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anatomy of a Fall
yeah.
Kid.
Yeah,
He
that
was
one.
really
Danny.
good.
Yeah,
But
And we talked about the kid and the I'm thinking also the guy in Holdovers. I think we were between the Holdovers guy and the Anatomy of a Fall Kid.
I'm trying to think. The really only kids this year would be the Nickel Boys kids, right?
Yeah, I put Nickel Boys. They're the only ones that are boys.
The Nickel Boys.
The Nickel Boys. But there's other films this year too. There's I don't know, there's those kids in Nosferatu.
I really like the way they die.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't have like a lot to do.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's any nominated film. I had to have kids, right?
There's like Elphaba as a child,
Yeah,
I guess.
I think that kid does a bad job.
I like the I feel like the very obviously CGI'd baby that's green.
Oh, yeah.
That baby did a pretty good job.
Why didn't they just use a green baby?
I know. They never want to give green
Practical.
babies
Gotta
roles.
do practical.
What's Lou Ferrigno doing these days?
When they killed those kids in Nosferatu, spoiler alert.
Oh no!
All I could think about was how oh my goodness,
Couldn't think
You
of
got
anything.
this.
my brain.
Oh no.
How
Spielberg.
yes, how Steven Spielberg killed that kid in Jaws.
Yeah, similar.
Steven Spielberg killed a kid?
Yeah, in Jaws. The shark wasn't working for that scene, so Steven Spielberg went under the water and stabbed that kid.
Strangled him.
He was really committed.
He makes good movies.
No, I feel like the director, I feel like they help make these decisions. Like, should we murder these children on screen?
Oh.
And I feel like it's a bold choice usually.
Yeah.
Oh, are they like kids?
In Nosferatu, they're
Yeah,
children.
kids.
Oh, gotcha. That's normally a taboo. You don't generally like
You don't
show
kill the
kids
kid.
getting murdered. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Nosferatu.
He doesn't play by the rules.
Murdering kids.
No,
I really thought this category was going to be horniest vampire.
That's later. We have to build to that.
Jordan, you have a face on like you haven't seen Nosferatu.
Indeed, I have not.
You
Great.
should watch it.
We're going to be talking about it a bit tonight.
Really
but
selling it.
We watched it like this week, last week. It was really good. I really liked it, actually.
You're not
great.
selling it. It's not.
It's great. They got 3 Oscar noms.
It's
so,
really good.
Yeah.
Do you like horror?
No.
It's more atmospheric.
Yeah,
and
it's
it
not
looks
like,
it looks really cool.
Okay.
It's not like a scared because something's gonna jump out and scare me soon. It's like I can't breathe.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
vibes.
atmospheric.
Vibes. Okay.
There's a couple of jump scares and some prosthetic penises,
All right. Oh, okay.
but they're undead.
It's worse.
So best young performer.
There really isn't very many. How old are the Nickel Boys?
Well, I was gonna say if we're doing I think we went with. I keep forgetting the actor's name from Holdovers last year. I think they are legitimately like at the time teenager, even though they were tall.
Yes, I think we looked him up last year. I think he was like a teenager.
How old was Daniel Radcliffe in the Brutalists?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I think Daniel Radcliffe's pretty old now, actually, because he was a kid in Harry Potter.
Well, the real Daniel Radcliffe.
That was
the real
Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, there's kids in Amelia Perez.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not. They do a bad job too.
I don't know what to say.
I don't remember them doing much.
Do you just
We
want
have
us
a
to
lot
give
of
it to the
lines.
kids in Nosferatu?
I was gonna
They
say
don't have a speaking line, I don't think.
there's a
They died
few
well.
different ages of the main characters in Nickel Boys, and I think they do. Acting with the camera pointing directly at you must be difficult. So that'd be my.
The camera is always pointing at you when you're acting.
But your face pointing back at the camera, like you're like it's not like that. It's not like a first person following you and you're talking to it. You know what I mean?
Man,
Like looking into
I
the
feel
lens.
really dumb because for some unknowable reason, I assumed that the other actor was wearing the camera. And that's how they got that POV. But like
Everyone's
that,
just wearing GoPros.
there's no reason
It's
to do that.
filmed on a GoPro.
Yeah.
To make it easier, I heard they put googly eyes on the camera.
Yeah, it's like those robots at Stop and Shop.
Marty, yes.
Oh.
Children love Marty.
Is that the pick though? I don't.
I think that's a pick.
We're gonna all get home and be like, oh, I forgot that amazing child performance in movie X that I can't remember.
Oh, the Munchkins in the beginning of Wicked.
There you go.
They were short.
Maybe the Nickel Boys then.
Yeah, I think it's got to be the Nickel Boys.
I'll be honest, I didn't particularly love Nickel Boys.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Best supporting actress is up next. The ladies' winner of previous year, Divine Joy Randolph.
Oh, yeah.
She was so
Davine, I think she
good.
pronounced it. Davine Joy Randolph. Sorry. Apologies. She won overwhelmingly in the voting last year. I believe she was also our winner.
Yes, for
She
sure.
was really good.
Did
was
she? She
awesome.
won the actual Oscar too, right?
She also
Yeah.
won the actual Oscar.
Yep.
So good synergy there. She comes to the stage to present Best Supporting Actress. I can tell you how so typically we didn't do this in animated for obvious reasons, but typically we usually go around and say like, here was my top 3. I don't know. I didn't remind anyone about that.
I can though.
But so anyway, the nominees this year, and maybe it's best to just start with what the ladies voting was,
Yeah,
and then you'll
start with
remember
that.
who it was. In 5th, they have Isabella Rossellini. In fourth, they had Zoe Saldana. I almost said in 16th because that's the point total.
That's kind of what, because she's who won, right?
Yeah. In third, Felicity Jones from The Brutalist. She's just in the second act. Monica Barbaro in tied for second place with Felicity Jones, but had more first place votes. So I'm saying Monica Barbaro, who was Joan Baez in A Complete Unknown. And second, and Ariana Grande was their winner from Wicked.
Smart girl.
So that's who the Oscars had in that category. You can go outside of Oscar films if you want. Well, outside of the nominees at the Oscars. You know what I mean. Think about
I
it.
forgot a few other ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Pinocchio.
Okay. Pinocchio is a good choice.
They can be either. He doesn't have genitals.
I'm gonna go with Felicity Jones as my no wait. I'm gonna go with I don't know what her name is. The girl from Nosferatu.
Lily Rose Depp?
Yeah.
That's a lead performance.
Oh yeah,
Come on.
that's definitely.
You think so?
Come on, this is category fraud. Now, you can do what you want, but I'm going to complain.
She's not either of the two main characters. The three main characters. She doesn't come in the top three. Nosferatu's obviously the movie is Nosferatu. He's the main character.
Yeah.
Then Budget Van Helsing.
Yep.
And then Nosferatu's male friend.
Yeah.
No.
What?
The movie's like about her, so I think
I guess.
yeah. But this is your nominations.
No, it's fine.
No. It's your nominations. Okay.
I'm gonna go with you ruined my plans.
Okay.
I'll come back to me now.
Okay.
Okay, I know my plans.
Okay.
Okay, third place, whoever plays Joan Baez. I actually really
Monica
liked her.
Barbaro.
Even though I
She's
did not
doing her own
pursue-
singing too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
She did pretty good, although their songs are all really short, so it's easier. Even though I didn't particularly love that movie, I thought it was good though. Then I'll go with Ariana Grande, which I actually really liked her. I know. I think some people were not thrilled that she was nominated at all, but I thought she did really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I mean, people weren't. I know people weren't thrilled about that.
Yeah. I at least know a couple people. And then Felicity Jones, I think, was my favorite, even though she was only in the second half of the movie. But she's
Okay.
supporting, and I don't know. I think she did a really good job. I really like when she's yelling at that rich dude about raping people, and then she gets knocked over.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I feel like my problem with her for that like category is that was her only acting. It felt like in the entire movie, like everything else was just like such little pieces. But that was a really good scene. She did a fantastic job.
She's supporting, right? It's a supporting actress. You don't have a huge role.
This is more like supporting cameo, but that's fine.
I understand you feel that way because she only shows up in the second half, but she still had in total 3 hours of screen time in that film,
Yeah.
which I know is only 3%. But
Could watch Cats twice.
I'm just gonna do two for this one.
Yeah.
I would just do similarly Felicity Jones. I don't know what order, but in the Joan Baez lady, I guess, or just two. Yeah.
I think we know what I'm only gonna do two as
I
well.
told you there was Ariana Grande haters.
God damn it. Can't stand this. We're not giving it to my girl. It's fine. I'm voting for Ariana Grande for number one, but I am voting for Felicity Jones for number two.
Okay.
But I don't think I watched the other ones, so I can't really chime in there.
Cool. I'll say my. Do you want to go next? You can.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Ariana Grande is my number one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Felicity Jones, I think, is number two. And yeah, I'll go with Joan, whoever played Joan Baez. I think she was pretty good.
Monica Barbaro, rumored to be dating Andrew Garfield. We'll see. Good for her. At number three for me, I'll go with Monica Barbaro, who played Joan Baez in Complete Unknown. Number two, I'll go Rebecca Ferguson in Dune Part 2. And number one, I'll go Margaret Qualley in The Substance.
Ooh. Oh, she's my number 3. Sorry.
Okay.
I forgot about her.
Should have let you go first.
Who's that?
The younger person.
Actually, she's my number 2. And then
She's a co-lead.
Nah.
She's the other half of the movie.
third.
She's
There's
like
only one.
she's like not in the first 40-ish minutes of a movie that's under 2 hours.
It's
Or
just-
around 2
Probably
hours.
got the same screen time as Ariana Grande does in Wicked, right?
She's a co-lead too.
Maybe her campaign, they ran her as, as supporting. So
I think
I'm
supporting is
respecting
fine.
that.
I think she is supporting.
Yeah.
because she doesn't really have scenes on her own.
Yeah.
She is in a lot of the scenes. But,
Oh, I see what you mean.
Elphaba's with her in all the scenes.
Oh, that one. I thought you were talking about Margaret Qualley.
Oh,
It's like, well, I guess she's not because they are one.
They're one.
So.
She does a lot of dancing.
Oh, now
Yes.
we're back
do
to
a lot of
it.
dancing. That's true.
No, I'm not.
No, I thought you're talking about
They both.
dancing.
They both do a lot of dancing.
They both do a lot of dancing.
I was talking about the substance one though.
I liked her dancing.
Me too.
I enjoyed her dancing. Yeah. It really drove the message of the movie home to me.
Agreed.
Maybe it is the number one performance.
Yeah, I think actually I'd like to put her on my list.
Yeah.
Where is she number 3? That
3.
blank spot?
She gets the 3 for that.
Get a little bit more from me for that, but
Okay, so this now it's
You know what? She's my number 3 for that, whatever her name is.
Joan. No, that's okay. She gets her Andrew Garfield. She has a consolation prize.
Yeah, that's fair.
Joan.
So who does the group feel strongest about?
well, it's
Oh, wow.
it's split. It's 2 and 2 for.
The jury's gonna need several days to deliberate on this.
No, it's settled because the ladies' voters said Ariana Grande, and 2 in the room
Did they?
said
Wait,
Ariana Grande.
Number one.
Yeah.
Oh.
So suck it,
I
haters.
think Ariana Grande is about to fucking win this. I put her. At number two.
I also
would
had
concede to her.
I had Monica Barbaro on my list, and I did not have Ariana Grande on my list. If that counts.
I think it counts for something.
Yeah.
Counts for you being a hater, but has nothing to do with the data.
Yeah. Just so you know, if one jury member wants to, they can keep this going for days. No, I think
Just like the OJ trial.
There it is.
So early. Well, we've get much like the real Oscars, where like 90 minutes after the scheduled start time and have given out one award.
listen. I think Ariana Grande honestly did a good job. She was the best part of that movie.
For sure.
Uh,
Her acting
don't
was
think so?
really good.
she just was very, I don't know, high pitched and squealy. I just wasn't a fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, I told you that there's Ariana Grande haters.
I know.
I think she has really good comedic timing.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, I don't know.
That's part of acting.
I just don't like the film.
The film was fine.
That's not part of acting.
We do that for 40 more minutes. But slower.
That wasn't her. She didn't start that.
It's not in the musical.
Yeah, but the musical's only 2.5 hours. This needs half of it needed to be 4 hours.
For sure.
Okay, now that you bring up that bad dancing, why is that a thing in like every movie and show now? Like the weird dance. is, like,
Because it went viral after Wednesday.
yeah, and now everybody has to do it. Now it's lame.
The TV show Wednesday. I know it was a huge deal, but because it was on Netflix, people forgot it existed already.
I think there's a second season coming out.
And then they'll get excited again.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Finn Wolfhard's 50, and it's he's still playing like a high school junior in the new season of.
That's Millie Bobby Brown just is a full blown adult. Like,
Yeah,
No, she's
12.
Right?
They're still playing high school juniors because they inexplicably were in junior high school for the first 2 seasons of that show, even though they're in their 40s now. Whatever. That's what's it called? Monsters in the Midwest. What's that show?
Grogu Goes West.
Stranger Things.
Oh.
It's Indiana, but look out. I literally it's not a bit. I forgot the name of the show.
There is, for some reason, like just a 3-year gap between seasons, which I don't understand
Yes,
why.
this is the 4th presidential administration since the debut of Stranger Things.
Just like, all right, school years.
Which I thought was crazy, but there's a photo of the Stranger Things kids with Obama in the White House. That's how long that show's been on air. They've put out like 30 episodes. Those are UK numbers.
I was going to say, for the UK, they're doing really well. All right, so who are we giving it to?
I guess it's Ariana Grande.
I would give it to Ariana Grande. I'd be happy giving it to Felicity Jones, but that's where I'm at. So
Was Felicity Jones on everybody's list?
She wasn't on mine.
Oh.
okay, Ben hate Felicity Jones, so I say Ariana Grande gets the award.
Yeah. So that's why we're really here.
Fine.
Listen,
And
Ben,
like I said, pouring some out for Margaret Qualley and The Substance and Rebecca Ferguson in Dune Part 2. She's so good. She's got all those tattoos on her face now. It's great.
she does. I didn't care for her, but I did like the Substance lady. I guess I didn't think about her as a actress.
Wow.
What were thinking about her now?
And now you want to give her an award?
I didn't vote for her.
You did
Oh,
now.
Well, yeah, she had those very good dance moves.
And for our listeners at home, to paint a picture, Greg is eating shrimp way too close to the microphone.
Oh, don't do that. No.
That's awful. It's really unpleasant. I have to cut that out.
You're gonna cut out my shrimp eating?
Yeah, that's the music playing as Ariana Grande makes her way to the stage.
Ben, I know you're disappointed about this, but think about what your viewership numbers are going to look like next year when Ariana Grande comes back to give out that award.
I do feel bad for her that it was like a sort of understood like, hey, you're not winning, but can you like sing for a while? They did the same thing to Margaret Qualley. She wasn't even nominated for The Substance. They're like, do you want to dance about James Bond?
Thanks, Toots.
Like, sure, I'll do that.
I don't know if you guys heard it, but when she came out and she was dancing for James Bond, they're like, what? Somebody said, what's she doing right now? And I was like, undercutting the message of the movie.
All right, Ariana Grande leaves the stage and Mark Ruffalo appears from Poor Things.
Ruffalo.
Doing his voice from Poor Things as well to introduce Best Supporting Actor. I think we also picked him, but that's who the ladies voters picked last year.
I'm pretty sure we did.
It was a close category, though, and I will say the winner this year of the ladies voters, at least, has a higher point total than Mark Ruffalo did last year.
Is it Igor?
Well, let's see. In third place, they had Kieran Culkin.
Okay.
In second place, they had Guy Pearce in The Brutalist. And in first place, they had Yura Borisov from Anora.
Although Guy Pearce was also very good.
So good. Best Supporting Actor.
Which guy from Anora is he?
He's Igor, so he's the bald henchman.
Can I go?
Yes.
Okay. Third place, I'm going to go with Stanley Tucci in Conclave.
Okay.
Love him always. He's just wonderful. And I like him in this one because he's less wonderful because he's fucking a dickhead by the end when he's yelling at what's Voldemort about. I know you fucking want to be the Pope. We all want to be the Pope. Second place, I'm going to go with Guy Pearce from Brutalist. I thought he was awesome. He was so good. I feel like any other year I'd want to pick him as number one, but number one, I'm going with that guy from Anora. I think it might possibly be because I just love that movie so much, too, to be totally honest. I think that helps his performance that he's in such an enjoyable movie. But I really liked him. I thought he did a really good job.
He was also the most enjoyable character in it was an enjoyable movie, but also like everybody sucks. He was the only one where you're like, oh, I kind of like this guy, which I think gives him a lot of.
Yeah, you found it enjoyable watching that movie?
Yeah.
Not traumatic.
At least the beginning. My list is the same as Greg's.
Okay.
My list is pretty similar to Greg's. It's just I would do bald guy last, like in third, then Stanley Tucci, and then the
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce, yeah, in the first two.
Damn.
Cool.
I don't know why you hate Russian people.
You said bald guy
respect
last.
that.
I was like, who does she mean, Tucci or the Russian guy?
Oh, fair.
So I think my number one is Anora. Number two is Guy Pearce. I did like Edward Norton. Maybe it's gonna be Bill Skarsgård, not as Nosferatu,
What?
as that lady that did the presentation in the Oscars.
Oh, June Squibb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I change my vote?
Uncanny. Great performance.
It's really good.
Was Edward Norton Van Helsing in Nosferatu?
No, that was Willem Dafoe.
I almost picked him.
I thought
but-
Willem Dafoe was Nosferatu.
I know,
That was Bill
right?
Skarsgård.
You are the third person I've heard say that. I
But
also
the character Willem Dafoe plays is just Willem Dafoe. What do you mean?
he's just Will Dafoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. He just has like facial hair, but it looks like him otherwise.
He's fun to watch, but it is just William Dafoe in the movie. Like, he doesn't do much.
Please don't charge him the extra vowel. It's just Willem.
Oh, I'm sorry, Willem Dafoe. Yeah, I feel like it's the same character I've always seen him.
So does that mean Edward Norton is Nosferatu's lover?
He's not in Nosferatu.
What's he in?
He plays Pete Seeger in A Complete Unknown.
He's actually really good in A Complete Unknown.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He was one of the better parts. He doesn't really sing much, so you don't have to listen to that. And he was nice mostly.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked him.
All right, who else? Am I just me again? Oh damn. Okay. Number 3, I have Nicholas Hoult in Nosferatu.
Just because of the last name?
He puts a U in his. Speaking of
that's-
charging an extra vowel, it's messed up.
Which character is he?
He is. I forget what the Nosferatu equivalent is, but he's the main guy for a bit, and then he's just sick and weak the rest of the movie.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Yep. So Nicholas Hoult, the Nosferatu. Number 2, I have. Who do I have? Wait, no. Oh no, my brain. Oh no. Oh, this is
Guy
horrible.
Pearce.
This is horrible news. Oh yeah. We just talking about it. That's why I got thrown off. Edward Norton in Complete Unknown. I have a number 2. Number 1, I have Guy Pearce in The Brutalist.
Guy Pearce
Blew me
was so
away.
good.
Absolutely blew me away. Just like so disappeared into that. And Edward Norton was fantastic, I thought. And a really important counterpoint that I think by the end of the movie, I don't know if the movie does a great job saying what it's about or what its take on Bob Dylan is, but it opens with Edward Norton, who's like the nice guy for the rest of the movie, actually doing activism and like telling a judge to fuck off. And like, well, Bob Dylan doesn't do that. So who's the real badass? Anyway, I think Edward Norton's fantastic at that. And then Nicholas Holt's great. He just sweats and cries in movies, and he's fantastic. Sweaty movie.
I could do that.
Not like that.
My favorite part of The Brutalist, I think, is when Guy Pearce is telling the story about his grandparents. Is that and like, I didn't know where it was going the whole time. And then when he's talking about how he just gave them the money or wrote them the check, I was like, wow, this is not how I expected this guy to act. And then when he starts saying like, then they found out I didn't put a signature on it or something.
Yeah. Yeah, he sucks so bad.
He sucks so bad.
But it's such a great performance.
Yes, it was really good.
So that would be my pick, but I think the room mostly went Yura Bursoff and Honora.
I would go with Guy. I'm happy to give it to Guy Pearce. I don't know where we ended up.
He was my number one.
I think
Okay.
me, you, and Ray were Yuri, and then Guy was. But I'm fine with Guy too.
What did the voters say?
Voters had Yura Bursoff, kind of. So, and they did have Guy Pearce in second, and then there was like a big drop off.
I'm happy with either of them. Honestly, I really like both of them.
Okay. I mean, there's more first place votes for Yura Bursoff, I would say. Even though I would go Guy Pearce. But I don't know.
Guy Pearce was probably better, honestly, even though I put your Pearce
I thought
above
so
him.
too. Well, then this is your fault.
It is my fault.
Well, we can just make the decision.
Yeah.
we could change it. If I'm being honest about acting quality, it probably is Guy Pearce. Yuri didn't even have that many lines. He just had a lot of nonverbal acting that I really appreciate.
Yeah, I think we give it to Guy Pearce.
All right, Guy Pearce.
He's still upset about not winning the Oscar, and I feel like this will really soften the blow.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Your Bursoff, I think, was just happy to be there.
Guy Pearce, a classic secret Australian.
He's never going to be able to move out of his grandma's house now.
Poor guy. Just in that terrible car. He drives off Sad. But Guy Pearce takes home the win for Best Supporting Actor at the Ladies. We have another interlude. Favorite scene or sequence? Favorite scene or sequence? I thought of a couple real heaters from Conclave. The theater scene, the Lawrence and Adeyemi confrontation, the burn book scene where Lithgow gets got. It's good. I thought about putting Lithgow in supporting actor, by the way. I thought Tucci was really good too. And I had meant to include Ingenue Ellis Taylor from Nickel Boys in supporting actress, but then I didn't, and I feel bad about that, but it's too late.
What about that Margaret Quaylen scene where it's just like her butt on the screen?
I vote for that one. No, honestly, I think one of my favorite scenes out of all the movies this year was when they're restraining Honora when they first break into the mansion.
I didn't mention that one because I figured that might be where the group is at.
Okay, it was so good, especially because at this point I did not know what this movie even fucking was. And it was like I don't want to call it a love story, but like I thought it was going to be like a tragic love story, you know what I mean? And then they break into this house and they're restraining her. I'm like, holy shit, this movie's about a murder. I was like, she's gonna die. And when they don't immediately kill her, it's worse. 'Cause I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna kill her later. And then now I'm like, I didn't know if she was gonna die. And then from here, obviously, it turns into something totally different. But it was so good. And I mentioned it a bunch of times, but the scene is very realistically accurate.
Yeah.
The scene where she's telling off his mom too is a really good one.
I'd also like to nominate, obviously, the end of The Substance.
Yeah. Okay.
I did not like that
Yeah,
scene.
I'm with you on this one.
That's
I'm
a
not
divisive
fan.
scene, but worth mentioning.
Okay, when she is getting ready.
That I would vote for more than the end of The Substance.
I mean, kind of the whole ending. Like,
I will say there will be an ending section later for favorite
okay.
ending.
Okay.
Not that you can't include that here too, because what are the rules really? Yeah.
I'm trying to think what the other movies was.
The scene where I don't even remember if they say who it is, but one of the guys from Nickel catches up with the main character as adults in a bar. You remember that?
Yep, that's a good one.
From Nickel Boys. That one's
The
up
only
there.
part of the movie where they explain things.
Arguable. I think the sandworm scene in Dune Part 2, really up there for me. No?
I really liked the scene with Debbie Moore putting on the makeup in The Substance.
That's a really good
Thought
scene.
that one was a good one.
That is, I think, mostly why she got all the
Nominated.
awards and all the nominations this year.
Yeah.
There's a few in the Brutalist. I'm saving my Brutalist thoughts for when we get to the ending category, though. Although the scene where Felicity Jones is dragged out of the dinner is kind of insane.
I already mentioned I really like that one.
Yeah.
When the fact that they like pull her, what was it, a walker she had at the time or something?
Oh yeah.
And she stays pretty chill.
And they just rip it out of her hands and like knock her over and shit and are dragging her away. So good.
It's that's out there. There's a few and I'm Still Here that are quite good. When that's on streaming, I would encourage you to watch it. It's quite good.
There's a lot of good scenes in Nosferatu. I don't know if I can choose one.
I'll give it to them for holding off as long as they possibly could to do some like shadow of a vampire going up a staircase. That's maybe the most iconic image from the original over 100-year-old Nosferatu. And they waited until the end, just about, where he goes to her bedroom for the last time.
I really liked the scene with the carriage. Like,
I love the carriage.
yeah, it was a good scene.
And they're actually like shooting on locations and stuff. So they're making Nicholas Hoult walk through that terrifying forest.
This scene happens a lot, but anytime Nosferatu is eating, they make him eating into a very sexual experience, like a bunch of middle school boys in a cafeteria, basically. You know, on like a day they serve hot dogs.
Oh,
He's constantly eating bananas
okay.
sexually.
Not like tomatoes in the Lord of the Rings.
What?
It's similar.
It's similar to okay.
Sonically, I would say it's similar.
Like,
Jordan looks horrified.
Guys,
It's part. It's
I don't want to watch
bit-
this movie.
Part bit, part truth.
every time he's eating, I'm like, is he having sex with this person? And then I'm like, no, there's too much slurping happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you know
That-
that kind of
vampire,
sex.
That's intentional. That's what they were going for.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
like feeding.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
like he's eating like
Yeah.
food.
So talking about a vampire. So when vampires are eating, it's not like
Yeah, what is he? He only eat what? Yeah, I said.
I thought you meant like when he was at the dinner table. You mean like when they were eating soup?
he doesn't eat. He makes other people eat, and he sits there going like,
You're just like, oh, it's so sexual. And then you said like hot dogs and stuff. So I'm thinking Nosferatu is just here like blowing a hot dog.
That's what I was imagining.
I was just doing a weird bit.
"Yeah, it's Greg."
80%
80% of it was truth, and then a bit.
He does eat. They make all his
People.
feeding very sexual.
Yeah, I think that's pretty on par for vampires. That's kind of
Yeah.
like their thing.
Yeah, he's into it. You know what I mean?
He's
So
into
all those scenes, it happens a couple times, all great.
And from what I hear, his penis is rotting. He's gonna get his sexual pleasure somewhere.
It is rotting.
Yeah, poor guy.
Watch the movie.
Yeah,
So
Yikes.
what's your favorite scene?
I'm gonna still go with Honora's restraint scene when they
Yeah,
get
that
into
one was
the
good.
house.
Comedy is really hard, and like drama comedy is hard also. And it's all in the writing and the pacing, and that's a really long scene that you
Mhm.
don't feel it dragging during, and I think it's hard to do.
I'm gonna vote for that too. And like you're saying, like I think it's crazy that they were able to like make you laugh and still feel nervous. Like the nervousness doesn't go away, and you're still laughing, and you're like, oh, am I gonna feel bad about this laughter later?
Yeah, I'm happy with that too. I don't know if we actually have been crowning winners in these like interstitial categories, or more
I
just like
don't
saying our
remember.
own.
I don't know. It matters.
But if we come to a consensus, that's great. Does that sound right to you?
Oh yeah, I love that scene.
Cool.
That
It's
was the
so
best.
good.
Cool.
Any others, Jordan?
No, I think that one was the one that came to mind. Yeah.
Cool. We'll do screenplay next. In Best Original, the ladies voted for Brutalist in third, Substance in second, and Honora in first. And we'll say Honora was an overwhelming first place choice.
This is screenplay?
Yes, original screenplay.
Okay.
The Celine Song, the writer of Past Lives, comes out to the stage holding an envelope.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's who the ladies voters picked last year. I assume we also picked Past Lives last year. We really liked that movie.
Probably.
I love that one. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm ready for mine.
Okay.
In third place, I'm going to put The Brutalist. In a odd choice for second, I'm going to put The Substance. I'm going to put Nora as number one.
Okay.
I think that's actually my vote as well.
That is lockstep with the ladies voters.
Yeah, I'm not even going to pick a third. I'm just going to do The Substance and Honora. Honora being first. Yeah.
Okay.
Was Conclave original?
No.
No.
There's another Conclave. Oh, right. The thing.
The
with books,
book.
too.
Yeah. There's the novel.
Gotcha. Okay.
The other
It's actually an adaptation of Mean Girls.
And Mean Girls do the Popening.
I've seen Mean Girls too.
So I
Pope
think
would have made it better.
I'm similar, but I'm gonna do Brutalist, Substance, and Nora.
That's
Which
actually, I
way,
did admit.
ascending or descending?
Nora's at the top.
Okay.
Similar as in exactly the same as
That
everybody
is
else.
literally what everyone else has said.
Yeah, it's similar.
Similar but different.
Technically similar.
Technically, it is similar.
I said it wrong though, so that's what makes it different.
What do you got, Ben?
I'll probably for that one original. Yeah. So the main choice to upset Honora at the actual Oscars was A Real Pain, which I have not seen, but I hope it's as good as it seems to have been. That was written by Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But I will probably just go with what everyone else said, except I'll go Substance third, Brutalist second, and Nora first.
Whoa. So different.
It seems like we want Nora to win this one,
Mm.
and we're already in hour 2 almost, so we'll just say it's Nora. And keep it moving on to adapted screenplay.
Now I want it to be the Brutalist.
where I forget his
Wait.
what?
I just want to say those 3 movies are all really good.
Yeah.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
really like original ones a lot. Not that there's the adapted ones are, you know what I mean? A lot of them are very original ideas still. But those 3 movies were very original, especially The Substance. I give The Substance a lot of credit because I don't know where this person thought of this.
That's fair.
France.
A lot of very original ideas.
A lot of very original ideas.
Brutalist less so. I think they took a lot of other ideas and mashed them together into a movie.
Yeah, but they made it work.
They did, and it was good. I just mean like Substance is out of left field, and Honora is like, who the fuck could make a movie about a stripper and make it a good, like, compelling?
Yes. Movies like Honora and The Brutalist I always really like because I don't want to say nothing happens, but there's only ever a few big scenes, you know what I mean, in those movies, and the rest is all just kind of small moments. And I feel like when they can make a movie like that and like you're interested like basically the whole time, maybe a little less than the whole time in The Brutalist, I'm always very impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember. Stephen Glazer, last name Glazer, whatever. I think the writer, director, whatever. I don't want to feature a character from the winner from last year, so it's important that we probably remember the name of the writer of Zone of Interest.
Oh, the Nazis take the stage to give away the award.
Oh, we did give it to the
That's what we
Nazis last year. Oh, no.
I kept
Definitely
mentioning
did.
how the Nazis kept
All
coming to the
right,
stage.
so they come out to the stage.
It was a good year for Nazis last year. What do you say?
They had a good 2024, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it looks like they're having a good 2025.
Say-
Not at the ladies, just in general.
Oh, gosh. Could they be handing something off to the Catholic Church? We'll see. The ladies' voters.
It's that Spider-Man meme.
That's all right.
You're gonna have to cut that.
We just got
We
canceled
gotta
from the
cut
Catholic.
So the church will somehow find out, and they will sue you.
There's a weird legacy of the Pope. There was a really good podcast episode I listened to about the
Greg-
Pope that was Pope during World War II. And now he was trying to like stay on everybody's good side because Italians are very Catholic. And, yeah, tough position.
Did you hear they
Sort of just made everybody mad.
they canceled Conclave too? Pope got better.
Oh,
I think he got worse again.
Oh no! Okay, it's back on. Make up your minds.
Leave. The ladies' voters had Sing Sing in third, Nickel Boys in second, and then a large gap up to Conclave in first for adapted screenplay. Yeah. There was a lot of adaptations that weren't actually in the Oscars category this year, but were elsewhere around the Oscars. But yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think? Wicked technically qualifies, in case anyone is interested to put that in here.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Conclave is my number 1,
Okay.
and then Nosferatu is my number 2, and then I'm gonna give my number 3 to Inside Out 2.
Okay.
I will give number 2 to Nosferatu and number 1 to Conclave, and I'm going to save number 3 just for me.
For yourself?
I'll just hold on. I'll keep that one.
Okay, cool.
I wasn't super thrilled with a lot of the adapted screenplays, to be honest.
Okay.
Not that I didn't like a lot of those movies, but I felt like the adaptation portion of it, I thought was where it fell apart on a lot of those.
Okay. Okay.
Could give it to Dune too.
I don't. The thing I didn't like about Dune 2 was I felt confused the whole time. I feel like they failed on the portion of getting that over there.
Gotcha.
Like I felt like it was kind of like homework. There's too much going on, and so I feel like that's when you're adapting the book. That's the most important part.
They have a whole wiki. Just
Beautiful movie. though.
And Wicked was a bad adaptation because it was 3 hours for some reason.
Yeah, the worst part of Wicked was the adaptation part.
that's fair.
Right? If they had just taken the play probably and made it a movie, it probably would have been better. They adapted poorly.
Also eligible in the category this year, A Complete Unknown and Amelia Perez.
I'll hold my third one for me.
Is there anything else from the Oscars that I should know about? Because I'm not enthused about this category.
There's Nickel Boys.
Well,
Yeah,
I know.
Nickel Boys.
Which could make the award giving fun, like for the Nazis, but I don't know.
The other one, I didn't like the decision to do first person. I feel
know.
like I probably would have liked the book a lot,
Yeah.
but not the movie so much. So once again, I'm like, oh, I feel like that's the
Yeah,
adaptation
that's not really
part.
like the screenplay, though. Right?
I guess
it's hard to say what the
it's-
screenplay would be. So it's interesting you say that because the writer-director Ramel Ross, Brown employee,
I'll email.
I think. So I started being like, well, no, that's not really a screenplay, but apparently their first version of the screenplay was just describing images. So it sort of is actually the screenplay.
How did that pass?
He's also the director.
No, okay.
Typically, directors hate when writers try to say like camera moves within the script. But since he also directed it, I guess he didn't get that mad about it.
All right. I guess I'm going to go Complete Unknown in third, Nickel Boys in second, and then Conclave in first.
Yeah.
So now that I've rewatched it and remember that I've seen it, I'm gonna go number 3, Alien Romulus.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It was actually really good. I forgot how much I enjoyed it, and like it had a decent plot. And then I'll do what everybody else is doing. Nickel Boys and then Conclave.
Okay. Yeah, I did like Nickel Boys a lot. Trying to think what order I want to do things in. Conclave's going to be number 1 for me because I want to be like a contrarian just to do it. And I think that movie really sings. It hums. It just goes.
Oh no, that was Sing Sing.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is eligible and adapted. I haven't seen it yet. I wanted to. It wasn't that available to watch around here. I did like A Complete Unknown, but I wish it had just more of an opinion on Bob Dylan. I don't have a lot to say about Amelia Perez. So I'll go Conclave number 1, Nosferatu number 2, Dune Part 2 number 3. I liked it. I think they leave it in an interesting place. They make a lot of changes, and I don't know. Should have been a little kid murdering the Baron.
Yep.
That would have been more fun, and then Denis Villeneuve's a coward for not trying to depict that.
I would have been so much more confused.
No, it's fine. She's got like the memories of like everybody. Don't worry about it.
This half, Dune Part 2, the actions of Dune Part 2 are supposed to take place over the course of years. They take place over the course of like a couple months, I guess, because Rebecca Ferguson's pregnant when the movie starts. She's pregnant when it ends. That child that she's pregnant with is like 4 or 5 by
Like
the
4, I
time Paul gets back to Arakeen. Whatever.
She kills the Baron.
She kills the Baron. She's a very precocious 4-year-old who does murder. She has...
We have one of those.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I can see it.
It's fantastic. You'd love it. Because you're not supposed to drink the water of life while you're pregnant. So the unborn fetus also gets all the memories of the Reverend Mothers and stuff, which they sort of depict in the movie.
Yeah, don't worry. It's coming in part 3.
Yeah. But then she like pops out like a full adult who like knows all about everything
Like
and has
talks.
powers.
Makes people feel really uncomfortable
People
constantly.
do not like her.
It's very unsettling. It's
She
like a
is so
newborn.
unsettling. It's so fun. And then she murders the Baron after like the big confrontation with the Baron, and like the big villain monologue is given to this precocious 4-year-old who then stabs him.
Nobody expects the 4-year-old.
No. So again, why would you not include that in the film?
I think you covered it. He's a coward.
Coward.
He's a coward. He's a coward.
He's like, oh, Nosferatu showed kids getting killed. Nobody, New Ev isn't going to show a kid doing the killing. Come on.
Come on.
So Conclave?
It seems like Conclave is our head and shoulders winner here.
Okay.
So
Spider-Man meme. The Nazis hand over the trophy to the church.
2 groups that have never interacted before. They
Jordan, just like how you have 2 Oscars on a shelf near each other, they will too now. Back-to-back years.
not a shelf. It's the same vault underground in Italy. Anyway, that's the winner.
Catholic Church will just add that to the other pile of gold.
So the Cardinals are all fighting over who gets to give the speech, and they run out of time. And music plays them off. The next category, probably more relevant to last year because of Anatomy of a Fall, again, was I don't believe we enjoyed this particular name for the category, but what I have written down is good boy / girl favorite animal performance.
Oh, ooh, the goat from Wicked.
There's the goat and Wicked.
I like that goat.
I did too.
I like this category.
Speaking of categories, the cat from Flow.
I really like the rats in Nosferatu.
So here's the thing. Of everything we've named so far, there was 5,000 trained rats on the set of Nosferatu.
Trained?
Yeah, they trained them.
No way.
Yes.
Is this a bit?
No.
No, I definitely saw like memes about this on Reddit.
Yeah, they trained 5,000 rats.
I did. One of the things I really liked about Nosferatu is
It's
like
3,000.
it literally looks like there's no CGI in this movie.
Well, they trained 5,000 rats. So.
Yeah. Not the
Like-
coward's way out.
Oh, the one
They should have had Peter Dinklage on screen and like he's a good enough actor. Make me believe you're a goat.
Yeah, well, you know, but so yeah, Nosferatu though. It looks so nice.
What happened to goat costumes?
It's got like the town is like an actual set, like it's real, and so is Nosferatu. He's real. He's been to my house.
They killed those kids.
They really killed those kids. The one thing, Ben, that I don't know if you noticed, but me and Ray took a lot of points off of, is they didn't build any of the sets. They're all just Muppets Christmas Carol sets they stole and are reusing.
It looks just like Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So like, I mean, yeah. So they did have an advantage with the trained rats that one of them speaks in full English and has like omniscient powers of storytelling, seemingly.
Is that your vote for like one human character and the rest redone with Muppets?
Okay, we already talked about this because I said Nosferatu has
Honora,
to be
it's got to be Honora.
Nosferatu has to be the like character that's the character still, and Ray's like, no, he's a Muppet.
And so for Honora can't be the one that's the character either. She has to be Miss Piggy.
Definitely.
Igor is the one human.
Or the really angry boss guy.
I guess.
Yeah, they
guess.
just, and it's all run down in Muppets Christmas Carol, just like
This is it.
So it's funny because Dracula goes to London, which that's depicting, but in Nosferatu goes to someplace in Bavaria. I think it's different between the original, the 70s version, and this one. Or maybe it's not. I forget. It's German or Germanic. I don't know.
But yeah, I like those rats. The main plot of Nosferatu is Nosferatu wants to move, and he's trying to buy real estate.
Yeah.
But people are upset
Which is also
because he has
Dracula.
too many pets.
It's
which
just really hard
you
to
dealt
find.
with that,
yeah.
right? Because you had to find an apartment that was
HOA
pet
is
friendly.
ridiculous.
And it's way harder, right? Now imagine instead of one dog, you had 5,000 rats. How much harder it would be to find.
Oh, that was my parents' house.
And he's just like, these HOA fees are ridiculous.
That was actually a really good Nosferatu.
I mean, if I was an undead vampire, I'd simply just kill everyone that's complaining.
Spoiler. You're pretty fucking close to the plot of this movie right now.
What you do is you bring all your rats. The plague does the killing for you. You focus on being too horny to live.
That seems about right.
Yeah, right? You should watch this one, Robbie.
It's so good.
I'm gonna have to go with the goat because I can't think of any other animals.
I'm gonna nominate the sandworm. Obviously.
Oh, he was they were good boys.
They were good
Shia
boys.
Lud.
I heard they trained 15 sandworms for that film.
Yeah. So
15
I misspoke.
5,000-ton worms.
I just looked it up to double check. There was only 200 trained live rats. The rest of the 5,000 were just wild live rats.
So they weren't trained.
Only 200 of them were trained. The other ones were just also rats.
I'm so confused.
Is this like a
There were-
SAG/union kind of thing?
Yeah, the other rats were scabs.
The whole town of Muppets Christmas Carol actually ended up with the plague from all these rats.
It's like, okay, we're leaving
Yeah.
now. Wait, what about the
It's actually
we're
a
taking
sequel.
500 with us.
So that's why Tiny Tim's like that.
I haven't seen it, but I guess I'll also nominate the alien from Alien Romulus.
I mean, there's a lot in this one, though.
Yeah.
You can tell me if that's a worthwhile nomination.
There's one particular one, I guess, at the end that sort of is unique and stands out.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. I guess he's technically an animal.
Oh, he's an animal. I just don't know if he's good.
He's kind of bad. I think in the. No, we used non-living ones in the past, so like as in CGI or animated. Yeah.
Have you seen the they before it was animated or they used puppets? They try to use like a greyhound as an alien, and they put it in a costume.
And they're like, oh, this one it just runs like a dog. This isn't scary.
I'll have to find the clip and send it to you. But they just put a dog like a costume on a greyhound and like made it run around.
That's hilarious. I'm just picturing, I've seen videos of people that put like a spider costume on a terrier.
Yeah, pretty much.
No nominations for Monstra Elisa Sue.
She's not an animal.
She wears a dress.
Sex animal, maybe. She's got the appeal of old Demi Moore and a young Margaret Qualley. You can cut that.
I'm gonna go with just collectively the 5,000 live rats at Nosferatu.
You gotta
for
go
best
with
boy.
the collective rats.
Wow, so 4,500 rats that didn't do any training are just getting lumped into this. Why not just nominate the 500 trained rats?
Well, you like Honora. There's a lot of non-professional actors in that.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going with the rats. The sandworms are close. Just
Sandworms
because
are close.
that was impressive that they trained.
I'm
all those
assuming
boys.
the cat and Flo is quite good,
Mm.
but I can't say for myself.
Yeah, I'm still going with the only actual answer, which is the goat.
I'm okay with the rats.
God damn it.
Yeah,
They were trained.
You haven't even seen them. Maybe they were trained bad.
Bring the 5,000 rats on stage.
They gave people the plague.
yeah. It's not a good scene, but the win's a win. The rats all take the stage. They carry. Well, I guess this isn't like a full award.
Spider-Man meme the
Catholic Church.
As we just discussed, this isn't usually an award thing. It's just like we just sort of talk about our favorite ones.
Yeah, I
but
just
this
wanted the
time we're
rats
giving
on
them an award. So I don't know if there's. So yeah, the dog from Anatomy of a Fall is swarmed by rats.
Oh no,
Yeah, see, this is what you guys wanted.
no!
Yeah,
Oh yeah, and sandworms would have been so much better.
The goat would have been fine.
he almost dies again, and the kids blamed for it.
Oh, Jesus.
A plot point in Anatomy of a Fall.
The sandworm in the crowd is very disappointed.
Yeah, he hangs his head in shame and burrows away in despair.
Sorry, that's me sending the greyhound pictures.
Oh, fantastic news. Riding one of those greyhounds, Paul Giamatti takes the stage.
Classic Paul Giamatti.
To present Best Actor, the ladies' voters picked Coleman Domingo in third, Ralph Fiennes in second, and narrowly edging out Ralph Fiennes, Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody, number one, huh?
Yes. Timothy Chalamet also received some love from the ladies' voters, but not a ton.
Just saying, if we nominate him now, we're never going home.
Yeah.
True. I would do in third the guy from Honora, like not the bald guy, the main guy. I don't know what his name is.
Toros.
No, the young
Oh,
one.
the kid.
Yeah,
Oh, Vanya.
yeah,
I don't know his real name.
yeah. Just
I
after
think
what?
it might
like
be
it-
Vanya.
Is
it?
Something
Alex
Edelstein?
I don't know, say.
What? Yeah, whatever his name is. So him, and then Voldemort from Conclave, and then Adrian Brody, I guess, as long as he doesn't
That was
talk.
top to bottom for you?
Bottom to top.
Oh,
So
okay.
want Adrian Brody in first.
Gotcha.
Should we have nominated Vanya for the kid actor or whatever that thing is?
I think he's
Is
an
he a
adult
kid?
also. It's
Oh.
hard to tell.
I think he's an adult, right?
I assumed he was an adult.
I'm gonna check his
Yeah,
age.
He's a real
Well, you guys.
he's a real guy. He's also only really in the first half of the movie. But he's very much in it. He's on the poster, some of the posters.
He's technically in it. He's just like somewhere.
The idea of him is very heavy in the second half of the film.
He's in the second half. Okay, I guess he's like missing from the middle a little bit.
And then he
Yeah.
doesn't really talk when he's back in the movie.
No, but he does look like a
there.
little shit very well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's like kind of drunk, and then when he gets sobered up, then he's just too much of a coward to say anything. It is a great performance.
I'm gonna do Timmy as Bob Dylan as my number 3. He was good when I could understand what he was saying. Number 2, Voldemort in Conclave, and number 1, I'm gonna go Adrian Brody in The Brutalist. I really liked him in The Brutalist. I thought he was like the best part. Well, Guy Pearce was really good too, but
I think I have that same lineup.
Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna do Vanya, Brody, then Fiennes.
Tempted to put Bill Skarsgård for Nosferatu in this spot.
okay. I was really tempted too because I couldn't always understand what Timmy was saying.
Also doesn't have that much screen time, but like it's called Nosferatu.
I know. I was just not sure too. I was like, is he really the main actor in this movie? I'm not sure.
It's more about Lily Rose Depp. You know, I don't know. So I'll say
It's a very ensemble movie, honestly.
it's a good ensemble. It is a good ensemble. Okay, so I'll say Ralph Fiennes and Conclave. In third, Timothy Chalamet. I'll go old school and give him a split award for both Complete Unknown and Dune Part 2.
Huh.
And then I'll go Adrian Brody in first. He's kind of undeniable. He's so good. He's so good. It's not a guy I want to hang out with, but he's really, really good at acting when he wants to be.
Well, now you guys all have to listen to him. I'm gonna go for a smoke.
Yeah, you can. We have we still have a few awards left. And do we want to actually like fit us in the room take a break though?
If you need a break, we can take a break.
I'm happy to keep going,
All right,
but if people
cool.
want a break.
Cool. You just brought the idea of a break. I was like, yeah, it's a little after 9 now. I don't know if we want to.
Yeah, I mean, I think Adrian Brody says he's going to speak for the next 20 to 30 minutes.
That's why I figured it was a good time.
as he accepts his award.
So Paul Giamatti's like, good job, Adrian.
So you guys,
It's like, I'm so sweaty and I'm Paul Giamatti.
The Honora guy is 23, by the way.
Yeah.
He has your birthday, Greg, just so you know.
Give it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that would have counted. He's young.
Yeah, maybe
23 is young.
when we say like young performer, I don't know what we meant. I
Under
thought
25.
like 18 or younger.
I thought it was
maybe
a
it's under
child
25.
star. Like I thought it was 18 or younger.
Yeah. Because I think the guy in Holdovers last year was like actually 18, but just like gangly.
Oh, I thought he was somewhere like
Maybe he was
between
like
17
40.
and 19. It would have been my guess.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
23 is young enough.
I guess. You sound old as hell right
Okay,
now.
Kyle.
Vanya is a immature 23. He just
Okay.
wants to play video games all day
Well, okay.
and have sex with prostitutes.
That's why it seems inappropriate.
Living the dream.
Well,
Doesn't seem like a child star to me.
He does seem like a child star.
yeah.
to me.
So I guess if like the character is immature, maybe. So should Sebastian Stan have been there for that one then? In the film The Apprentice, he plays Donald Trump.
I got
So you're talking about like sleeping with prostitutes.
We do
and
this
playing video
podcast to
games.
have fun. We don't need to mention it.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Oh,
Fair enough.
random question. Has anybody ever been nominated for Best Actor for two different movies the same year?
Oh, I thought you were asking us.
Oh.
It's like we haven't ever been nominated. For Best Actor,
Because Timothy Chalamet being on it for two different movies made me think of that, but I didn't know if that was even possible.
it's happened before.
Oh,
I think there's been times when people are nominated for like the year of performances. And then there's times where like, so for Best Director in 2000, Steven Soderbergh was nominated for two different movies. So he was 2 of the 5 nominees that year.
that's really funny.
But I don't know if they've ever done that for acting, split it up. But there's been previous times when like someone was awarded way back like 50 plus years ago for 2 different movies in the same year.
If they nominated him like that for 2 different ones for director, when they're about to open the envelope and they show the people in the audience, when they open it, if they announce him, I'd really want him to be shown twice, and one of them stands up and the other one goes like, "Ah!" I know they'd have to do a little bit of editing beforehand for this, but it'd be so worth it.
I was thinking like they show him at one spot in the audience and then he gets up and he runs to a different seat and then they show him in a different spot.
That'd be good too.
I think Adrian Brody's just about wrapping up now.
So I think the answer is yes.
Cool.
It does say that Scarlett Johansson was nominated for Best Actress in 2020 for Marriage Story and Best Supporting for Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, yeah, she was.
okay.
Did that happen?
Yes.
I was
Not
hoping
in
for
the
the
same
same
category,
category,
yeah.
but that's close enough.
It has a list here where it makes it seem like that happened in the past, but I don't know. this
So I do think there was times where people were
AI
nominated
is in
for
the
like
here.
what it could be caught up on is like someone was nominated for like their year and like everything they did that year. Because like people would make multiple movies a year back when it was a lot faster to make movies. Emma Stone takes the stage. Ooh. She won the ladies' vote last year. I assume she won our vote too. I was probably shouted down and stones were thrown at me for wanting Lily Gladstone to win. But oh well.
I probably would have done that. Yeah.
Not shouted down, but I did like Emma Stone a little bit better.
Yeah, so did the Oscars. Emma Stone comes out to the stage and is presenting Best Actress. Reading off of the preliminary results, there was a 3-way tie. That's not true. That number has to be wrong. There's a 2-way tie for third between Cynthia Erivo and Fernanda Torres. Ladies voters put Demi Moore in second place and Mikey Madison in first.
Oh, yeah.
But there's not a huge gap between Mikey Madison and Demi Moore. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Third place, Demi Moore. Second place, whoever that girl was in Nosferatu.
Lily Rose Depp.
Sure. And first place, Honora. Whatever her real name is.
Mikey Madison.
In my defense, you hadn't said it for several seconds.
Yeah, at least 12.
I have trouble with this one because I really did like Demi Moore, and I was kind of rooting for her to win, but I know, and I know that's the unpopular thing in the room here, but I'll stick to it. I'll give her number 1, and then 2 will be Mikey Madison, and then 3 I guess will be oh god, I'm getting a divorce now. The Nosferatu lady.
Lily Rose Depp.
That's the one.
It was like 45 seconds that time.
Yeah, you can tell it's her name because her face looks like Johnny Depp.
Number 3, Girl from Alien.
Yeah, where's that one, Ben?
Okay, that is Kaylee Spaney.
All right. Really liked her, and that's the only other movie.
She spells Kaylee wrong, though. It's also my sister's name, but Kaylee Spaney spells it like an idiot.
I'm sure she chose that.
Yeah, she did.
How is it spelled like an idiot?
Caelee.
Okay, yeah, no, that's like an idiot.
I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure.
I was like, I can think of like 3 different spellings. None of them seem that bad, and then you said whatever that was. But number 2 is going to be Demi Moore. Number 1 is Mikey Madison.
Caillee. Still dumb.
She might be Irish. No.
No. She's American. She's from Tennessee. No excuse.
Oh, no, she's dumb. Sorry.
My number 3 is Demi Moore. My number 2 is the Green Lady from Wicked.
Oh, yeah, she was good.
And my number 1 is Honora, obviously.
Cool.
Yeah.
Kaylee Spaney was really good in Civil War last year, but Civil War, much like other movies that I like, was not nominated for any Oscars, so can't give her anything.
I was thinking about seeing that one. It seemed a little too real when I first was seeing the previews for it.
It's heightened enough to feel unreal, I think, and then the focus is more on journalism.
Okay.
And like these journalists, and yeah, Kirsten Dunst is amazing in it. There's one great scene that Jesse Plemons shows up in, and as we all know, I love when life gives me Plemons.
And then he kisses her upside down.
No, he's not really in a kissing mood in the one scene he's in the movie.
No, Jesse's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was that a 2024 movie?
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I know. I know. Speaking of being memory holds, no Oscar noms, which was stupid.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Not a good year for the Plems.
Too bad. We're on Best Actress. Going back and forth on a few things. Did anyone else still need to go? I don't know where we are.
No.
Damn, we're going fast. Good for us. I think I also wanted Demi Moore to win because it felt like she had more emotion wrapped up in winning, and it's also sort of a curse when someone young wins Best Actress a little bit.
And you really needed the 2 points on the sheet in order to try to.
It wouldn't have mattered. Wouldn't have mattered 'Cause I lost by 3.
Yeah, but did you pick Honora?
Oh, okay, I guess it would have been a swing.
It's a spread of 4.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, it is beautiful. Yeah.
Did you pick Mikey Madison?
Yep. So it wouldn't matter for me.
It would have just been Pat and I winning then,
Yes.
which would have been a worse outcome, honestly.
That's true. You prevented a tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have felt so hollow.
Oh, and he would have made that understood.
Help. So I'll say Demi Moore in third. I think she does some cool stuff in that movie. I like when her face goes pizza and slides on concrete.
That was pretty impressive acting.
Yeah, I like it.
I like that too.
It was good. I couldn't think of how else to put it. We'll get to best ending soon. I think, Lily Rose Depp's really good in Nosferatu. Tempted to put that here just for like some more, get that in there. But I'll say instead, Fernanda Torres in I'm Still Here, really good. Holds the center of the movie for almost the entire time. It's really impressive stuff. Has to go through a lot, but still has like some warmth. Has to play the character at a couple different ages. Does a good job. But yeah, I'll have Mikey Madison from Honora in first because she does really well portraying average Fall River person.
I'm not a
was
fucking
great.
Oscar winner.
Portraying average Fall River Price Right cashier.
Yeah. Which we say with love and understanding are very much on Annie's team throughout the film. Yeah, I think that's a pretty easy win for Mikey Madison.
I think so. I've already talked about her before, but I just love that performance so much. It's just wonderful. Like you said, it's hard to play the trashy ghetto girl and have everyone be like, this is who I want to succeed. This person better end with a W at the end of this movie.
For
I
sure.
think she imbues her with so much stuff going on to be beyond the surface in a really interesting way that we got to talk about for a while.
Has she been in anything else, or was this like her first movie?
So this was the second Oscar nominated Best Picture movie since you've been doing parties that she's in, because she's in the ending sequence of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She was also not the main-ish character, but like a key character in Scream 5.
Oh, okay.
Which was good. That's the one Jack Quaid's in. I love Jack Quaid.
Okay, I guess more what I was looking for is this her first like her movie where like
I think
she's
so.
like
Yeah, I would say so.
that's cool. Looking forward to what else she does. Hopefully
Yeah.
there's no curse, Ben.
I hope not.
Did we have a ladies episode for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I don't know if we did, because that was 2019. And then a month and change after the Oscars, we didn't see each other for a year or so, if you recall.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen it, but because of all the discussion about her on Reddit, I saw that she dies in a pool full of gasoline or something.
It's a
Eventually.
I was gonna say, I feel like that would have won a best ending. So she could possibly have gotten 2 ladies here.
Yeah, it's true. Could be a multi-time ladies winner. Yeah, she eventually dies in a pool.
Well, if you
Other
need to
stuff happens to her before that.
need to do that episode, let me know.
I love that movie.
I haven't seen it, so
Speaking of a complete unknown, I feel like that I was thinking of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with just like a thing that happened in the 60s, but then like a lot of people I talked to about it like weren't familiar necessarily with the event that's being referenced in the movie.
Yeah, you may need to do a little bit of research first.
oh, it's I think you guys told me it's the Helter Skelter thing, right? It's
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I think, you'd get it.
yeah.
You get it.
We didn't.
I did not know anything about that when I watched that movie. So I was
Okay, good. At
very
least it wasn't the
confused.
2 of us. Yeah, we were really confused.
It's the Manson murders, right? Yeah.
Or is it? Yeah, so it's Mikey Madison.
I'm not accepting this fucking Oscar.
The next interstitial that we did was best one scene performance or cameo. And then I also put no rules for this category. I think in an effort to include Bradley Cooper in the D&D movie last year. I said, like, it doesn't, for that one, it doesn't have to be a nominee. I forgot I put that there, so I'll return and say, actually, Jesse Plemons is my winner in Civil War. I can't think of too many. It was because of, like, Oppenheimer, there were so many, like, the Gary Oldman came in for one scene as Truman stuff last year.
Daniel Radcliffe in The Brutalist.
And they're in, like, 12 scenes.
That's not really a cameo. I'll give it to Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel in Wicked.
Yeah,
That's a good
that's
cameo.
got to be a contender.
Who's that?
They're the original actresses that played the two characters on Broadway. They were in what song did they sing?
When they get to Emerald City and there's sort of like a Welcome to Duloc.
Yeah.
Scene.
Okay, yeah.
The two actresses that are walking around and
The two other witches that you never knew about existing.
Yeah, they played them in on Broadway.
Gotcha. Oh, it's who they're gonna replace.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and yeah, there's a lot of levels there.
Mm.
I'll give it to them because I can't think of anything else.
This guy's in 2 scenes, but the guy that owns the candy shop in Enora.
Oh my god.
who goes
that's
out,
a
he's
good
like,
one.
What
That's
the
a-
heck's going on?
Yes. Nope. Sorry. That one.
Again, I know it's in multiple scenes, but it's not that many scenes. I feel like he should win.
It's like under a minute total.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, because I know no one else has seen Civil War, and it wasn't nominated for anything else.
Because
So
this
I
whatever.
didn't see it. It was yeah.
Oh yeah,
Just
the Plemons scene, so
It
good.
was good. Yeah.
So good.
Because we snubbed it in a different category, I'll go with the alligator from Nickel Boys.
Oh.
Oh,
That's true.
And he didn't even eat anyone that we saw.
He was a good boy. Well,
He does
probably.
keep showing up. Yeah, it's not his fault. He's just doing what alligators do, just like poking out of the water, being ominous.
They had 500 trained alligators for that movie.
Probably did have at least a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, Dennis Quaid has a number of scenes, but is on screen for fewer than 10 minutes in the substance. But
I was thinking him,
obviously,
but he's got a lot of
doesn't really
scenes.
count for this.
He's
I
the
think
shrimp guy.
Yeah, Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth was a good catch for a potential option there too. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with those. Yeah, it's not really. I'm just looking at the other things. It's not really anyone. The guy. Oh god, name of the actor's on the tip of my tongue, but the guy that plays Johnny Cash is in too many scenes in Complete Unknown, but he's having a great time. So fun. So yeah, I'm fine with what did we just say? The old guy in Enora that owns the candy shop,
Mr. Eyebrows.
Mr. Eyebrows.
I was gonna say what's his name in Dune Part 2.
Sandworm.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Shia Lud.
sandworm. No, the guy that played Elvis.
Austin Butler?
Yeah, because I didn't expect him to be there. But I
Okay.
think he's in too many scenes.
Yeah, he's in a lot of scenes. But he's good. I'd say almost and he's in 2 or 3 scenes, but he's only supposed to be in 1. And so is Princess Irulan. So I almost consider Christopher Walken playing the Emperor.
Oh.
Like he shouldn't be in as many scenes as he is, and then Florence Pugh playing Princess Irulan should literally only be in 1 scene of that movie.
Right. And then Austin Butler is like Fade, right? Who's just supposed
Yeah.
to die immediately.
Yeah, but he does have like the arena fight scene earlier. Yeah,
And that's
They
actually
give
in the
him more
book as
stuff.
well.
Right?
Yeah.
They give him more stuff to
Yeah,
do.
he's got like 4 scenes.
Yeah, he's great. He doesn't have hair. He's got weird teeth. He's talking like Stellan Skarsgård bizarrely. So yeah, the old guy owns a candy shop, or Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth.
Owned a candy shop.
Yeah,
He's fine. He's got candy shop owner's insurance.
yeah. He owns a storefront. There's just not a lot of like. It's just pretty busted up.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next main category is Best Director, where Jonathan Glazer comes out to present Best Director. He won Best Director among the ladies voters last year. I don't remember if he was our pick overall, But let's say he was, because I already told him he could come. The ladies' voters had a tie for second place between Brady Corbet of The Brutalist and Corley Fargit from The Substance. I forgot The Substance. And then Sean Baker from Honora won.
Woo.
It was pretty close, though, between those three.
I just, separate from this, but I really liked how Sean Baker seemed like one of the most like normal dude people that was up there accepting awards. Like he just seemed like some regular guy that happened to win for Best Director, and that was really awesome.
True indie guy. His like kind of comes from like a rich-ish background, but like an actual indie filmmaker who makes weird shit, and is bizarre that he got so embraced by the Academy this year. But oh well.
I did get annoyed by, I don't know, I just get annoyed with the, like, you should see movies in a movie theater bit, you know?
Yeah, it is kind
They
of
love
funny
that shit, though.
because he's like, we all need to go out to the movies theaters, and I'm like, oh okay, I'll see Ariana Grande at Regal, and I'll see, like you fuckers aren't ever going to a movie theater. Put your money where your mouth. People will flock if you know you might see a celebrity. Like you go do it
I think they do go to movie theaters, but just where they
for their
live.
premiere. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, not here.
And they would live in really expensive places where other movie stars probably live.
Well, I'm just saying, if it's really a passion project, they should be like, I'm going to make it a plan to go to 15 random movie theaters in X amount of states throughout the year. You might see me there. Come to the theaters. And if all of them do that, like people want to roll the dice. I don't know.
My thought is they're like, we should go to the movies. I was like, well, yeah, you have millions of dollars. You know how expensive it is to go out to the movies?
Yes.
It's not fucking cheap.
Sorry. Anyways, voting.
Oh, I'm ready.
Go for it.
Number 3, The Substance. Number 2, Conclave. And number 1, other way, Honora. I don't know who made these fucking movies, directed them. Sean Baker.
Sean Baker. You had Edward Berger in second and Corley Fargit in third. She's French. I don't know how she pronounces her name.
Yeah, you guys don't forget those names.
I already forgot them.
That's okay. You can go by movie.
All right, I'm gonna go Conclave in third, The Brutalist in second, and then Honora in first. Sean Baker for Honora in first.
There you go.
He's got a normal sounding name. It's
That's
easy.
right. Well, you won a lot too, so
I'll do Substance, Conclave, and Nora. Yeah.
Which direction?
Pick one. Nora at the top.
Okay.
I'm going to do Conclave, Honora, The Substance.
Wow.
Sorry.
No account for taste.
Wow.
I remember them saying she was like only the 10th ever female director to be nominated.
Yeah.
Do better next time.
I bumped The Brutalist last minute for The Substance just because whoever decided to film so close to his mouth eating the shrimp deserves some kind of recognition.
Yeah, that was well directed.
There was some crazy stuff going on in that movie.
Just kids can't remember.
I just didn't like The Brutalist as much as you guys.
Yeah, this is tough for me because I have a lot of ones who I don't feel have gotten enough respect that I want to, and none of them are women. I know I feel bad.
Well, the thing is, like, it's not my fault that generations
The men
of people
are better. I agree.
that generations of people have been assholes and haven't nominated enough women. So I'm not going to put that into my vote.
In our defense,
of like
Sean Baker's only the second white American man in the last like 15 years to win. 2 women won in that period.
Look at that. He's a minority.
still doesn't
Exactly.
sound great.
Yeah, this
It's
isn't a
not
good
great.
look.
It's not great. Yeah, I'm hearing it out loud now. It's not sitting well. That was all jokes for the record.
I was serious.
It wasn't.
I'm not adjusting what I think was good or bad based on what's previously happening. That doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense.
Robbie says get rid of DEI.
Yeah.
No.
Critical race theory gone.
Where did I say anything like that?
You kind of did.
What?
That's kind of exactly what you said.
Didn't you put Zone of Interest number 1 last year?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And where did you put Conclave this year? Just checking.
It's fine. Drive away in my swastika car.
Jonathan Glazer won among ladies voters for director last year. Director of Zone of Interest.
That movie was so good.
Yeah, it was
Honestly,
really well directed.
That movie ruined this whole year of movies for me. Every single time I was like, where's my Zone of Interest this year? None of these are as good.
It's weird. I feel like, yeah, okay. And like an experimental level, I feel like Nickel Boys was in a similar category for me. But it just didn't work for you, and I get that. It's fine. I'm putting our colleague Ramel Ross in third for Nickel Boys. I don't want to dox us too hard, so I'll get it clean. Ramel Ross, director of Nickel Boys, I'm putting third place. I thought that was such an interestingly shot film. The visual language of it is not something I've really seen before outside of like Montage and like Ziga Vertov and Man with a movie camera.
Yeah, maybe there's a reason people don't do it.
Anyway.
I've never gotten seasick in a movie before.
Anyway, that's my contractually obligated Ziga Vertov reference. You can Google that. It's spelled with a D. I have Sean Baker at first. It's just Honora's really good. Trying to decide like what person I want to spotlight in second. I think it's got to be Robert Eggers, who directed Nosferatu. That movie looks incredible.
I really wanted to put him in there too, but
Yeah.
I couldn't fit him.
I do really like how The Substance is directed as well. So do you want to mention, I think Corley Farley does a really good job there too. Was that Sean Baker for everybody from Honora? Yeah.
Except for Ray, who wants to put a DEI pick in.
Come on now, Sean.
Tell me I'm in the wrong.
It's not what the voters say.
It's not.
It's not.
Any of them.
Oh, man. I love being on this side of things.
Jesus Christ.
Remember how I was surprised how you managed to cut the Honora episode like in half, basically? I won't be surprised this time.
Instead, this time, just bleep me out.
Even when like in Robbie's here, it's just like beep. It's just like it never.
A whole bunch
doesn't
of long
beep.
bleeps.
Well, he was swearing a lot. It's weird because they don't cut out when anyone else swears.
What is he saying?
She's saying some terrible things. God. Or maybe they'll just be like, oh, Ray must be talking about OJ.
Leave it out. No one wants to hear it.
All right. Congratulations to Sean Baker on another win. And our next mini category, Spotlight, our Oscars hashtag cheer moment.
Are we doing the memorial?
Yeah. Yeah. Greg's going to do a very happy interpretive dance to talk about all the ladies episodes that have died in the past year. Just cats. I don't even know what that means. I just couldn't think of a
It's the
funnier option.
episodes that the robots ate.
Honestly,
we could put them all in
that would be really funny. Oh my god! We flash across what I can remember from the "Catch Me If You Can" episode I recorded and lost. I don't remember if the first time we tried to record Maltese Falcon was in 2024. It might have been. It might have been 2023.
Our in memoriam or whatever is going to be longer than theirs if we do all the episodes of robots.
Yeah. There was at least 3 or 4 this year that got completely eaten. I mean, if you know that we try to put out 4 episodes a month and then look through the list of episodes per month and see that I think November had 3, December had 2. So, it got kind of rocky at the end of the year. And the
Robots are
robots
eating
were
well.
hungry. Yeah, they were hungry. That's why I prefer to record in person where I can, and when that happens, it's my fault. Best ending. What was your favorite ending in a movie this year? And unfortunately, have to keep it to one's nominated for this because I didn't write last year that wasn't a rule. So I can't mention challengers or I Saw the TV Glow.
So I mean, I've talked about it for everything, but I think Honora was like one of my favorite endings. Love that awkward, weird car sex scene.
Yeah.
I mentioned before, at first I was like confused. And then once she starts crying, I was like, I understand. Okay, this makes a lot of sense to me. Felt like that was a great way to end that movie. it was horrible, but the whole experience was, so it fit together well.
I legit saw somebody complaining about the movie on Reddit, and they were like, it was so formulaic, it was so by the book. Like, as soon as I saw it start, I knew like the ending was going to happen where she just falls in love with the other guy. And I was like, I just commented and said, that's absolutely not what happened at the end of this movie. Like, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yeah, media literacy's dead.
Well, no, it just, remember how we said Honora doesn't know what love is? She's not the only one.
That's fair. That's fair. Pouring out for that lonely man.
I will say, I feel like a lot of these movies had really good endings. Like The Substance.
Yeah.
Brutalist had a really good ending.
I was going to say, even as much as I say I don't like the Brutus, I did enjoy the ending. I thought it was really good.
I give Nickel Boys a lot of crap, but the ending of that movie is really interesting.
Yeah.
Very dramatic ending.
Oh, Wicked, a 25-minute song.
Worst ending.
That was not a good ending. I liked Conclave's ending though. I mean, just that it was interesting.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
didn't.
Conclave.
I did not like Conclave's ending when I first saw it, and then the more I thought about that movie, the more I was like, this is a really good ending.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the ending, like the content of the ending, and then the literal, like him opening the window blinds coming up, him opening the window and seeing like a few nuns go out into the courtyard and like giving a Rafe Fiennes look. I did like that.
I liked that Amelia Perez ended.
It was good. Did you like the parade? And the
I did like the
finger?
parade because I thought it was really funny, but
It
I
was
don't think
pretty
that was the
goofy.
point.
This wasn't the actual ending, but I did have mentioned before on the podcast that the car goes off the cliff. I go, she's fine. Maybe go, she's definitely dead. I go, no way. And then the car blows up.
I had a very similar reaction, so I feel like it was a good ending because it was funny.
Perfect comedic, like Roger Rabbit ass cartoon timing on that entire car chase.
Yes.
When not being chased, and it like terrible CGI as it's swerving on the cliffside.
When the car crashed, I immediately went, oh my goodness, is she okay? As like a joke, knowing she was definitely dead. And then there was a huge comical explosion. And I was like, oh my God. Are you serious?
She's probably fine.
And maybe there's supposed to be a time jump, but I do think it's funny that the explosion happens. They cut to the cliffside. Zoe Saldana's there. She's been running like 70 miles an hour to catch up to the car, I guess. God, if only she had broken 75, she could have stopped this from happening.
I actually really like the end of Nosferatu.
Yeah.
I did too.
I don't want to spoil the
Good.
ending because I know I've been talking about it a lot, and
Good
you guys
images.
are probably really hyped to watch it now.
Good images.
So
Uh-huh.
hyped.
Good images.
So hyped. But have you ever been so horny that you just die?
Once or twice.
Yeah.
You can relate, understand the notion.
I just love Nosferatu so much.
God, I feel like Willem Dafoe is at fault for this.
It is, in a literal sense, his plan.
He's Budget Van Helsing, so
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah. Nosferatu's so
I meant him as a person, not as actor.
the slurping at the ending is particularly good too.
Yeah.
It's better
It's
than
good
like
slurps.
the other slurps.
Good slurps. It gets the Slurps Award this year.
Good slurps.
Good slurps, a quality slurps. We've got the best slurps.
Oh, we should have had like sound because like last year it could have been Zone of Interest because the sound was so good,
yeah.
and then this year it could just be slurps.
Now you think like they're not recording Bill Skarsgård making slurps on scene, so there's someone in a sound booth somewhere being like, "What is the exact slurp that this should sound like?" We got to give like a few options.
Try Slurpier.
Yeah, try Slurpier.
No, a little wetter.
See, look, we need a best singular sound effect because then we could have given it to the three tones from the All Quiet at the Western Front.
No, Tar would have won that one.
Oof.
Oh, and Nora, you know the.
Yikes.
I'm gonna vote for Nora for best ending. That love scene
Nora
is just.
has a great ending. I think you would be more you really should watch Red Rocket. I think you'd be even more conflicted by the ending. It's so good.
I had a small problem with the ending of The Brutalist why were they like, okay, Daniel Radcliffe, now you have to play your daughter, and we're gonna get a new actress to play you. And the only lead up to that was there was a letter earlier that was like, your daughter's beautiful. She looks just like you.
Like, whoa, that's uncanny.
And then it is you. I was so confused. I was like, who is talking right now? Who is this lady? And then she's like, my daughter. And I was like, that's why is that Daniel? How is Daniel Radcliffe your daughter? And I was like, wait a second. You're Daniel Radcliffe? That's
That was lazy. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was a good touch.
And my great granddaughter.
All to say, my pick for best ending would be The Brutalist. It's like the prestige of the whole film of just like it pulls off the magic trick on me that you're like, oh, he's like a junkie, he's erratic, that's why he's so serious, that's why he's making all these crazy concessions and taking stuff out of his own pay cut. Like why do you need that extra 20 yards on the ceiling height and stuff like that? And then you're expecting when he's talking and explaining like to Felicity Jones, she asks him like, oh, so like, what is our money going to? And he explains that, and she is just like immediately fine with it. You're like, wait, what does that mean? And then the sort of like magician revealing the secret of explaining what it was that he was doing the whole time. I don't know, that really worked for me. I thought that killed. That was,
it did.
That was
My only
killer.
complaint was the Daniel Radcliffe swap.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like when your English teacher is like, what was the meaning of this book? And you just fill some shit in. That's all he was doing for the award show. No, I'm just kidding.
It's really good.
It was really good. I like that.
And now reflecting on when Pat in the Discord was like, I don't even see how him being a Holocaust survivor even connects to the rest of the movie. You can say, well, you see why we were laughing about that at the time.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I gave the rest of the movie a lot of shit, but I did really like Nickel Boys, the ending for it.
Yeah, me too.
The first person did not work for me for the whole movie until that end when they're like running. It was cool when they were running.
Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah, join me.
No.
Don't do it.
And then when one of them gets killed, the first person's cool there.
Yeah. And
It was like, I got killed. And then
it
the
also,
reveal.
yeah, I was gonna say it
The
also
reveal's
has
really good.
Yeah.
the reveal of the swap of identity, and it's good. And the kind of during the credits, kind of not like montage of the actual news articles of the excavations and the different things that they were showing of like sort of epilogue style that's showing like one of these boys and then showing like this horrific thing that happened to these boys in real life. And you're like, I guess that's what happened to that one. Yeah, really, really affecting. I thought that movie was awesome.
It was kind of necessary too, because I feel like up until that point, just the level of trauma they were showing him having as like an adult, I kept trying to figure out like, they haven't shown us anything that's really super traumatic, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like right at the end and it's like, oh, that's extremely traumatic outside of all the stuff that they just implied. But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
totally. I think so. Cool. Those are all good endings. There was good endings this year.
I think I told everybody to watch it, and I don't think anybody did. But did anybody watch the I'm Not a Robot short? No. It had a very good ending. Very interesting. I'm not going to spoil it, I guess, but interesting ending.
I haven't watched it yet, but Ray keeps telling me it's only 20 minutes. That's the big selling point.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like one
It's good
Adrian
to measure
Brody
it.
speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. That brings us to Best Picture.
I don't think Jordan voted.
Oh.
Best end.
Oh, Nickel Boys probably for that one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Good options all around. Yeah. Best Picture.
Ooh.
Last year, I think we swapped these actually. Last year, the ladies voters had Past Lives in first place with the most points. Poor Things was in second, but had more first place votes. I think the group ultimately went with Poor Things.
I'm pretty sure we did. I loved Poor Things.
All right.
I'm not sure. I've loved Poor Things and Past Lives and Zone of Interest and a few other ones last year.
I emotionally feel like I was wronged, so I think Poor Things won.
Makes sense.
I remember specifically last year when I did horrible on our ballot, I picked Past Lives as best picture, like on the actual ballot sheet.
That was silly.
I just wanted it to win so bad.
Yeah.
I go with my heart a lot of times for best picture, like what I want.
For our group, that strategy paid off this year in a good way with the Honora wave.
I don't have to try too hard because I only usually get like 15 points anyway.
And so I don't think those last minute votes changed anything here. So I will say here was the entire rundown of the 10 Best Picture nominees. So I think Poor Things comes out to give the award to the best one, and Maestro comes out. Bradley Cooper and a huge prosthetic nose makes his way to the stage, wearing a neck brace to support all the makeup. And gives the award for 10th place to Amelia Perez. Which came in dead last in the ladies' ranking.
If I remember correctly, that was the only movie last year that I did not like. I think every other one was very good.
Only one I didn't watch.
Good call.
You're good. Following up that, in 9th was A Complete Unknown. 8th, they had Nickel Boys. 7th, I'm Still Here. 6th, Wicked. 5th, The Substance. 4th, The Brutalist. 3rd, Dune Part 2. 2nd, Conclave. And 1st place, Honora.
Interesting.
Honora with a much bigger lead over 2nd place than last year's results.
Got a lot of
As you
Dune
might
fans on the voting.
I'm ready. I'm going 3rd place, The Brutalist. 2nd place, Conclave. And 1st place is Honora. Easy.
I'm doing 3rd, Conclave, 2nd, The Substance, and 1st, Honora.
I'm gonna do 1st place Honora, 2nd place The Substance, and then 3rd place. Do I have to do can I do any movie that I watched? Like of Oscar noms? Or do I
Yeah.
have to do one of these?
No, I think of us or not.
There's a great short called Instruments of a Beating Heart.
All right.
It was a documentary short, I think. So I'm gonna go with that because I just didn't like the movies this year at all.
First place is Honora. I was super pumped about that. Second is Conclave. Fuck. 3rd is The Brutalist.
Okay. We're going to have to do a timeline split here because while Jonathan Glazer did win Best Director in the ladies' votings, I'm recalling now, it's like, don't we do something weird every year? And we do. You mentioning a short in this category reminded me that Wes Anderson won Best Director last year.
Yes.
But obviously Wes Anderson did not come to the award ceremony, so Jonathan Glazer did present Best Director. Anyway, and if you only are listening to this episode, Wes Anderson won for his short, The Wonderful Life of Henry Sugar, I want to say.
That's right.
Specifically that one of the Roald Dahl Netflix shorts he made. Really good, by the way. Asteroid City got no nominations last year. A pity.
So good.
So freaking good. Oh, God. Adrian Brody is really good in that one, and so is Edward Norton, too.
Yeah.
Adrian Brody also not that many scenes, but more than one. Okay, I think Brutalist in 3rd, Dune Part 2 in 2nd, and Honora in 1st for me.
Come on out, Sean Baker. This crop of movies was much worse than last year.
It is so bad.
I think it was a pretty good year.
The last 2 years were even really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not like Amelia Perez. I at least liked everything else. I really liked a few of the ones at the top for sure.
There was a few I really liked Honora. I really liked Conclave. The rest, I enjoyed basically all of them, but the problem is like if I had to rank these against the ones from last year,
Oh, they're all at the bottom. Except for Honora. That one's pretty high up there.
I did really like Honora, but even that one I'm like, oh, it's probably below like 3 from last year.
Oh, for sure. I
You
mean,
know
it's
what I mean?
it's not.
Because last year had like Poor Things, Zone of Interest, Past Lives, which I might put above any movie this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's not even counting like Oppenheimer or Barbie that I know a lot of people liked. I really liked those ones too, but not as much as other people, I think.
It was definitely a more robust year overall. I thought International was more interesting probably last year, even though Anatomy of Fall wasn't in it because France is weird.
Yeah,
but just thinking of like the conversation we had tonight about animated versus last year, Boy and the Heron and Spider-Verse.
The Holdovers. I loved American Fiction. I know that
Holdovers
one
was really
people
good.
didn't like as much, but
I guess it's just Anatomy of a Fall and Maestro that I'd put an Nora over, but
I was gonna
it
say
still
even
really
like
good.
Anatomy of a Fall, I think was probably one of my less liked ones last year, and is above almost everyone this year. I really liked Anatomy of a Fall. It was just the other ones I liked more. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Last year was a rare year where there wasn't anything that I thought was like bad. Obviously, the group did not agree on Maestro, but that's okay.
Even that, I've seen way worse nominated movies.
I just like how hard Bradley Cooper tries.
I felt like the
Let's try
problem
hard.
was that maybe it's the cinematography, but like most of the scenes were just the nose, if I remember correctly. Like the prosthetic nose took up 30 to 40% of the screen in most scenes, so I couldn't tell what was happening.
There was just like a baton coming out of one of the nostrils and it was sort of just dancing around. Weird.
I remember James Cameron directed that one scene.
What?
That's the one where he was in the pool, right?
Is that just because he likes diving? What's the James Cameron joke?
Oh, we talked about it a lot last time because it was like an underwater scene.
Yeah, there's just a scene where it's like in the pool underwater.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, obviously Jimmy was on that one.
Speaking of Jimmy, when's Avatar 7 coming out?
In a literal sense, Avatar, I think they're only making 6.
Oh,
I
what's
think
the next one, the
sixth one's
Fire
not till like
People?
2045
Or
or,
whatever?
something.
The seed something. The seeds.
The Seed Carrier is later. This one's called like Ash and Fire, I want to say.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's Fire People.
And I
Right.
think it's next year or the year after or something.
Is this only the third?
Yeah.
Okay, so the sixth really is like 2045.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. There's movies. I guess it's Anora this year, which makes sense. I think Anora is pretty high up. I'm looking at the ones from last year too. I would have Anora over. It would be in the conversation with me in the top, at least at worst 3 or 4, but I might have it higher than that.
But see, that's
I love Past Lives.
I know. That's pretty bad though. Well, not bad, but like
But I
if you're
haven't-
putting your favorite one this year is gonna have trouble getting into like top 3 of last year. That's
I would have it around Past Lives, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon for me. It'd be around there.
that's tough.
I think I definitely put Poor Things above it.
No, Poor Things is
I can't
fine.
remember Poor Things well enough.
Oh, that's fine. I have a similar issue to Poor Things that I have a little bit with Anora, which is like not a bad problem to have. There's just other movies in a similar vibe from the same director that I like more.
I'd probably put Zone.
I like The Favorite more than Poor Things.
Oh wow, I don't remember liking The Favorite that much.
No, I did not like The Favorite.
It's so good.
The favorite.
Yeah, it's spelled
A
with
couple
a U.
years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would definitely put Zone of
that
Interest.
explains it.
Yeah, you're thinking of The Favorite. We're talking about The Favorite.
Yeah,
Oh, is it British? They like adding
No.
U's into their words.
Kind of.
I don't know.
Olivia Colman's so good.
you
in that
didn't
movie.
like Zone of Interest enough, Ben.
I liked Zone of Interest a lot. I'm saying I think last year was a substantially better than usual year. And so I think this year feels worse than it might in context of the next few years.
Yeah, I do think last year
Because we haven't even really been hit with the issues of multiple massive guilds striking yet. That'll be like this year and next year.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Is it the Rats Guild striking?
No, the Rats Guild is fine.
Oh, thank God.
They caved immediately.
So Nosferatu 2 is still on
Yeah.
the books.
Yeah, exactly.
The year before that was really good too, though, because I've only been doing this for 4 years, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. So that would have been 23. Do we still have that up here?
No, I was just checking for it.
We have 22 up here.
Live
I think it
action,
was the,
Ratatouille is going to be coming up, right? That's the next remake.
It was the 3-hour Japanese one, Drive My Car, that year.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Japanese one. Yep.
So the issue, so I think part of it is that for me, I think the movie year was better than some of the group. But my favorite movies from this year largely were not nominated. I think of because I make a list at the end of the year. I think only 2 of the 10 nominees are in my top 10.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it might be 3, but it is at most like 3 of the 10 Best Picture nominees are in my personal top 10 from the year. So yeah, to shout out, Challengers is better than all, but at most 2 of these movies. I saw the TV Glow, same deal. The short film Chime by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, I would say, is also better than all but 3 or 4 of these movies, and is only about 40 minutes long. And Corey has it. He can just give it to you. FYI. He can send it to you via email.
I still would like to one more time tell you guys to watch Nosferatu.
Nosferatu is so good.
It was so good. I loved it.
It would have been so much more fun if that was in Best Picture as well. Oh. Anyway.
Then they'd have to make the Academy all watch that.
I know people didn't really like A Complete Unknown, but I think we can all agree that we're excited to not talk about Emilia Perez the most out of any of these anymore.
Yes. Absolutely wild that it swept so many awards before this. Like, I don't understand.
No one ever figured it out. Because all of like the industry, in the know people that do podcasts that I listen to, like actual people who are, journalists and talk to awards voters and stuff, they were all like, yeah, I still haven't found anyone that loves Emilia Perez. So it's weird that it just broke the record by a lot for an international film amount of nominations, and is tied for the second ever most nominations of any type of film. And it went home with only 1 award. You may remember.
2
awards. I keep forgetting about Zoe Saldana.
Oh, it was Best Song and Best
Yeah. And I saw a tweet, I forget who it was from, one of the people of the podcast I listened to, that said it's an extremely funny bit to win for Best Song and then try to start a sing-along in a room ostensibly of people who love the songs from the movie because they just gave you a Best Song Oscar, and absolutely no one sang along with it.
Did I miss? I didn't see them try to start a sing-along.
Yeah, the weird lady just started going, Amelia, and then they played her off. They're like, get the fuck off the stage.
Take your award. Get the hell out of here.
God, that movie sucks.
That movie
It's
is
just
not
so
good.
French.
And so, like, the voting probably happened before the controversy came out, right?
Nope.
No?
Nominations did.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes, there was a lot of mudslinging this year. Between that, there was AI allegations and controversies with The Brutalist, because apparently some AI was used to adjust Adrian Brody's Hungarian accent in some scenes. But not that many scenes, apparently.
I thought you were going to tell me Adrian Brody wasn't actually in the movie.
Yeah, Adrian Brody is a figment.
There was that burn book from
Right.
guy from Conclave.
Yeah, they used AI to edit it out of the movie, actually.
Yeah, I forgot there was some other that level of thing, but yeah, no, the Amelia Perez, the Carla Sofia Gascon tweets were like,
Oh, the wicked stuff with
Oh, the poster.
yeah.
well, that was just weird.
Yeah.
That whole press tour was absolutely bizarre. It had such terrible vibes. Then all of a sudden, the internet decided, no, it's great actually, and the movie made so much money. So I don't know, weird turnaround. Well, the movie came out and people liked it. I guess that's what changed. But for us, another Ladies in the books. Yeah.
Ready for next year.
I was just saying, I was trying to. I just had in my mind like a wrap up question. I don't know. Was you like movies?
No.
I hate him. You keep making me do this.
Did you hear all the shit we just talked for an hour and a half or whatever?
I think we sort of already got into it, but like, oh, what was your favorite movie that wasn't nominated? But I already asked you all that question on an episode this month.
Tell me when good movies will come out, and I'll
You
try
saw
to
Civil
actually
War.
watch
I don't know
some.
if that was your pick, but
It probably was, though. I think that was like the best movie that wasn't nominated that I saw this year. Yeah.
I didn't watch enough good movies this year. I got to try and watch some like ahead of time.
you guys would love Challengers.
It's too late for that one.
It's never too late. It's got a fantastic score.
Does it have a horny vampire?
Kind of.
Oh, we forgot to do award for horniest vampire.
Oh,
I did one other thing that was nice about Nosferatu, and I'm talking about it a lot, is it helped balance things out, because that was the second movie that had like you got to see a dick in this year, which helps balance it out because there was a lot of female nudity this year. So you know what I mean? I don't want to talk too much about equality, Robbie will get mad, but like there should be some male nudity in
It's
too.
important.
Yeah.
What was the other dick movie?
You can see Adrian Brody's dick.
Oh yeah, you know the animated shorts had an unreasonable amount of penis in them this year.
Really?
It was
Wow.
it was uncomfortable.
I'm just happy to be included.
Male
And
representation.
Represented.
Yeah,
At long last.
You don't see
I
a lot of
know.
hanging dog these days.
I know men got a lot of representation last year in Poor Things.
oh, yeah.
A lot of accurate representation, but like I want a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, on that note, hopefully 2025 brings you what you want. Well, thanks so much, Ray, Greg, Jordan, and Robbie.
Anytime, I'm excited to come back on it once this one gets eaten.
Oh man, yeah. If we have to record this again, we'll just do it online. only 2 hours and 10 minutes. Not too bad for a ladies recording, I don't think.
Well, see it.
So yeah, you can find yourself on Linktree, linktr.ee/late to the movies. There'll be another episode on The Substance this month, and what else will come? The Honora and Conclave episode's already out. There'll be something on The Substance. I don't know what the next one's going to be. Maybe it'll just be Nosferatu.
Do it.
Yeah, why not? We'll
Yeah, we can make these two watch it.
We'll save that for Nosferatu month.